In this video, we will talk about a bug which is not throwing any error. So we can't know that there is a bug or not. So at the end of this video, you will be able to understand the three things. As the first is a bug in our project which is existing right now that never throws any error and it never shows up in any Postman and it just quietly compiles up forever. The second is the first is we will know about the bug, and second is we will know the background process, background job in Spring Boot which will improve it, and then we will know the real difference between fixed rate then with fixed delay and with cron. Okay, you will know the real difference between them. So let us start with the bug first. Let us create a booking and just leave it. Never pay, never cancel it, just leave it. We will create a, okay, first run the project. The project is actively now running on the port, but let us create the booking. Now the booking is got created with the status pending. I will not pay anything. I will not cancel it. Let's see what happens. Now the Redis will lock it. Let me have it in our thing. So now the Redis will acquire a lock on it. So Redis lock this seat, okay, because the seat is pending. Now after 10 seconds, what happened? As we can see, as after 10 seconds, the Redis will release the lock. Redis release the lock. So now this seat is totally free. If Redis release the lock, this seat is totally free now. So if the user didn't pay for this seat, the seat will exist in the code base and it just keep happening again and again for every user who just came here, pick a seat and then close the tab without even booking, without even paying anything. So it will just compile and compile and compile and create a big thing. So these types of pending thing will just duplicate and be here with the name of different users. Let's say this is for user one. Okay, let's say this is done by a user one. This is done by user one. So this will done by user two who just leave after picking the seat. User three, anyone else can book it, but it will be stacked in it. So okay, so these types of seat will be there. This is the exact kind of bug which is not being came out in testing, because testing usually finish when it starts. Okay, it just only compile up for months and years. So let us now fix it. If you are following me from the previous videos, there might be a question as I have used the Redis in it. So is Redis not enough to just delete that thing? So as you know that knowing the clear difference between the two things will help you a lot in many interview type of questions. So what is the mean of Redis and what is the mean of just a booking record? So they are actually a very two different things. It asks as, is seat free for lock, right? And what is this ask? Did attempt to book either success or fail? So the parameters of working both are actually the different. Redis is actually just to apply the lock and release the lock, but the booking criteria is to see as the booking which the user going to book is actually completed or not. So this will leads to a data integrity problem. Data integrity problem. Okay, it have a data integrity problem. Integrity problem says that a user came and book the seat and leave it, never pays anything, never do anything. So in years and years, the booking is still in our database with a status pending here. We need to fix it and fix the data integrity problem in our project. So our solution, what about the solution of it? Let us talk about the solution. The solution is pretty simple as look for the look for booking, and what do? We do the change in status. We will change the status from pending to cancel, as if the real user cancel the seat. So to look up from the booking, we need a thing to look up, as we are in the repository and we need to look up all the bookings. So let me write the thing to look up the things. To look up all the booking, we need a list of bookings. Okay, we need a list of booking, and which will be like find all, a method find all we have. Okay, it will return a new array list of booking stored or values. Good. So this booking store dot values will be returned. So we returned the new array list as if no one cannot modify the real object reference of it. I think you understand because in previous videos I told you about that in detail. Now we just completed the lookup and how to change the things from pending to cancel. To change the thing from pending to cancellation, we will need a thing which is at the rate scheduler. SCHEDULED. We need schedule. To study the schedule properly, I have a dedicated link, a set of 2 links which I will provide you, where I make clear about the fixed rate, fixed delay, cron, and various other threads about the scheduling, how to increase the threads, how the thread pooling is working, how the async thing is working. I will link the video in I button as well as in the description. You feel free to reach out to the videos and then come back to it for easy understanding of the complete topic. To use the scheduler, let us make a schedule. In booking, we will create a class, the class which is a booking cleanup job. Okay, we need a booking cleanup job. And what job we need to perform? We need to perform the cleanup of thing. Okay, so let us say public void cleanup stale booking. Okay, we need to clean up stale bookings. To clean up the bookings, we want that we should transfer from pending to cancellation a booking which is older than reference time. Now we run the scheduler in every 10 seconds. Okay, we run schedule in every 10 seconds, every 10 seconds, which clean up data which is older than 30 seconds. Okay, and release the log and just release log. Okay, these 2 things will be completed after the 30 seconds. After every 10 seconds, the lock will also be released, but we will release the lock manually here because it is as a safety measure. So we will have scheduled and run the schedule in every 10 seconds to clean up the data. And what will involve in cleaning up the data? Older than which is the 30 second. The data which is older than the 30 second, we will mark is from pending to cancel. So to use this, we must have the time of it. Okay, so we will have a local date and time, which will be as the cutoff time. Cutoff equal to local date and time dot now and dot minus seconds. We will minus some seconds. So minus seconds. We will use the here env. Okay, we can write it as 30 here, but we can use a variable here. Okay, so we can change the variable in future. Public final long, which is pending timeout second, which is 30. We will put this here. So if we can fetch this from env, it will be directly updated in our project without making a compilation of the project. Okay, we can change the project at runtime. So now we will fetch the booking. Now booking from booking repository. Let us take a booking repository. Okay, which is a private final booking repository, and we will mark here the require our constructor to make the bean available for it for auto wiring, and we will make itself a bean. So now we will take the booking repository dot find all. From find all, we will have all the bookings and we will iterate to all the bookings. Okay, now to iterate all the bookings, we will check if the booking dot get status, if the booking dot get status is equals to booking status dot, if it is only pending, then we will work. And as it is pending, we will check another thing. If booking dot get creation date, we will take the creation date of it. Get created if is agar is before our time, which is a cutoff time. Okay. Now we check 2 things as if the booking status is pending and the booking dot create time is before the cutoff time we have written here, as it is the date and time and the creation date is also a date and time. Okay, that's why we have taken date and time. So if this condition satisfied, we will say as booking dot set status, we will set the status of booking to booking dot status cancelled. Okay, this is set. Now we will release the lock. It is a precaution. Okay, precaution step. As I know the lock is released after 10 seconds, but it is a precaution step to release the seed lock manager. So we need to take the seed lock manager here. So private final seat log manager, and here we will use it. So seat log manager dot release log. Okay. So from release log, we need to get the seat ID. Let's say show ID, and we will have the seat ID. Because to release log, we need two things: the show ID and the seat ID. Let me make you clear with it. Okay, this is a show ID and this is seat ID. We will generate a key which is already generated by first thing. So we will generate the key and we will use the rest template to delete the key log. Okay, where is okay? This is the thing. Now we will just make sure to make a. Let us say we will log the information. So log dot information. What the information will be there that it will auto cancel. Auto cancel. Okay. Stay booking. We can see which booking is there. So to take as we will say booking dot get booking ID. So we will see which booking ID is just auto cancelled. Now, what the thing now we need to schedule it to active the schedule. As if you watch the previous video, to active the schedule, we need annotation to enable schedule. Okay, enable schedule. Okay, we need a enable scheduling. Enable scheduling. Then we need at the rate schedule on the task we are scheduling. Okay, so to enable schedule, we need the main class and mark the enable scheduling. So the scheduling is enabled in our whole project. Now let us have the schedule on our desired method. Take the schedule on our desired method. Schedule. Now schedule, we need a fixed delay method. Why I'm using a fixed delay? Why I'm not using the fixed rate? I have made it clear in my previous video. You can refer it out, or if you don't, I will make it clear right now. So I will make it 10 seconds. Okay. In every 10 seconds, this will run. And why I have used fixed delay? Because fixed delay wait for the previous process to finish and then run. What is the difference in fixed? Let me make it clear to you, as we have two things like a fixed rate and a fixed delay. Fixed delay. It says to start in every X second. It says to wait for previous. Okay. Wait for previous to finish. Okay. So what the common thing it have? It says like wait X milliseconds after last run finishes. Okay. So that's the clear difference between them. That's why I have used the thing, because in API callings and in all other things, sometimes we need extra time to run the method. Let's see as it is working in our code or not. So rerun the code. The code is running totally fine. Now let me create a booking. Okay. Now we have the booking ID. Let's say now we have the booking ID like 3BD. So we will wait for the 10 seconds to get it here. There will be a log which will be printed here as by the booking ID. So wait for the 10 seconds to make the scheduler work for us. Okay, this is the scheduler work for us. This is the ID we were talking about. This is the ID as 35BD. Again, demonstrating as I have created a seat which is 2F86. After creation, let us wait for 10 seconds to just re-cancel the seat by the scheduler itself. We are not doing anything. I am not doing anything. The scheduler will do exactly what it meant to do. So we are waiting for the 10 seconds further to make this seat okay. So now this seat is done and the 2F seat is auto cancelled. We need a way to see the seat. Okay, we need a request. That request is a get request to see the booking. To see the booking, we have get request of all. Okay, so we can find all. It is not a post request, it is a get request to get booking. So we will save it as get booking for further usage. Get booking. Now to get the booking, we have get okay. The seat is now cancelled. And we are talking about the limitations, as we are open of the limitations in this channel. So we are talking about limitations as we are scanning all the bookings here. But in future videos, when we are scaled to the millions, we will just only query about the pending bookings with an index on status and current time. Or we can use a delay queue. Okay, we can use a delay queue. Instead of just a full scan, we will use this in further upcoming video. But for this, we need a database first, as we are using an in-memory database now. So for now, our booking flow from end to end, it just completed, as the booking flow is like the flow we are having is we create a booking, then we come to pay for the booking, then it will confirm the seat we are having. If not confirm, or if with the user gone intentionally, it just cancel and we also seen that auto cleanup. But the problem for the current time is we are only located in memory. Okay, we are only located in memory. So in the next upcoming video, we will move from in memory to just a database. Okay, to a database, and we build our whole repository in a way from the day one that we just need a very little change to swap the databases. Okay, so I will build the project for one end to another end. If you are needing this project for the interview, you feel free to just happily clone the code from the GitHub repository, whose link is in the description, and check this code on your local machine with your own Postman, and subscribe the channel for the most upcoming videos of this series, which you will learn from project from day one to the day end, from system design to the various real life production applications. Thank you.